Hello. I'm very short, so let me adjust here. Okay, I think you can see me now. Thank you so much to everybody who came out today. It really means a lot. And I think what we're doing is we are choosing to be a part of a movement that I hope just keeps growing. So again, thank you. 12 years ago, I lost my younger brother, Ben, to suicide. I was 16 at the time, and he was only 15. He was always my baby brother to me, even though we were only 1 year apart, and I adored him. What's funny is that as we grew older, we started to look more and more alike, and people often asked if we were twins. However, it wasn't until the police officer announced his death that fateful November morning that I realized I had lost my best friend. Like me, you may have lost a brother or sister to suicide. Perhaps you have lost a child, a parent, or a dear friend. Perhaps you have felt the lure of death yourself, the intense desire to end it all, because the darkness simply will not lift. I have been there, both as a loss survivor and as a severely depressed individual, crying and crying until I felt the only rational way to stop the pain was to take my life. I have never attempted, but have entertained such thoughts as, I just don't want to feel anymore. I'm a burden to everyone. It's better if I just go. And to make matters worse, because my own brother died from suicide, there have been times where I have asked myself, well, he did it, so why don't I? These days, I have a different perspective. I have processed the events that led up to my brother's suicide, mostly the abuse from my father, which undeniably left its mark. I have revisited dark memories, as painful it has been to do so, to try to figure out what went wrong and to bring some meaning to my shattered life. I aim to not follow in my brother's footsteps because I know how much can be accomplished through life and not death. If I want a better life for myself, I've realized I need to put in the hard work that is required. Just like one goes through physical therapy to recover from a physical ailment, I go to talk therapy to heal my psychological wounds. I hear myself think out loud and gain clarity on why I feel so muddled. I'm not depression-free, but I'm proud to say I know why I feel sad when I do now. It's not this ambiguous feeling that overwhelms all of my senses. I'm able to analyze what's happening, for example, when I'm sleeping more than usual, or not dancing, which is a huge red flag for those of you who know me. I check in with myself and ask the crucial question, what is at the heart of this sadness? I remind myself it's okay not to be okay. I wish I'd been able to tell this to my brother. This year, instead of being 27, he's still frozen at the young age of 15. While I went on to experience college, relationships, and milestones such as my first job as a teacher, he is still in his teenage years, like a boy stuck in Neverland. I wonder what he'd be doing now, if he'd have a girlfriend or be married, and what kind of job he would have. Tragically, we will never know. But here's what I can do. I can deliver this message to you, and I can deliver it to all the children I teach and hopefully touch as a middle school English teacher. I can respond with empathy when they tell me they are feeling hopeless, stuck, angry, or overwhelmed. I can teach them to process their thoughts in a positive way, just as I've learned to do. I will close with a story. After my brother passed, my mom relocated to Japan because it was just too painful for her to be here. Though it's not easy to be apart, we manage, and I visit her twice a year to stay close. My mother is also a teacher, and on one journey to Japan, I met one of her students named Yuta. Ryuta just happens to be my younger brother Ben's Japanese name. Meeting this boy was a bittersweet experience, for it reminded me of what I had lost. But simultaneously, seeing Ryuta brought me joy because although I knew I couldn't bring Ben back, I felt I could bestow all the love I felt for Ben towards this other precious child. God has given me another Ben in a different form, so I can try again, this time as a healthier individual to love even more. When I visit, Ryuta's eyes light up and I feel him with my brother again. When he smiles, I see his smile, and when he laughs, I hear his laugh. Tremendous grief often consumes us. The sheer magnitude of our loss is what ironically binds us, yet makes us feel the most isolated at times. However, I stand before you to tell you you are not alone. My prayer is that you sense the community that is here today and that you join it if you have not already. I joined this community when I was ready several years after my brother's death and have kept showing up because it's my duty now to spread awareness about mental illness and suicide. Today, I walk to be even more vocal about my story. I walk to visibly show others the progress I have made. I walk to show that I'm not afraid, that I will win, and that the darkness won't overwhelm me now. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you keep showing up as well.